In this video, we will learn how to set up our model inside Flow Design and accurately simulate the wind flow. So we're going to jump into Autodesk Flow Design, and we already imported your model inside Flow Design, and there are a few options that you need to set up before analyzing the design for wind flow. The first thing you will notice is that the model is important standing on its edge, and we need to change its orientation. So we will go to the top left corner where the command window is located. Select the third button from the left, which reads Orientation. A pop-up window will appear with sliders to change the X, Y, and Z rotation. Change the X rotation from 0 to 90 degrees and press OK. This will adjust your model's orientation to the correct position. Afterwards, I would want to check the wind tunnel settings. But before that, change your model's camera view from perspective to orthographic. From the top right corner, there is a small button underneath where the 3D box is located. Open the drop-down context menu and change it from perspective to orthographic. This will make it easier for you to adjust the following settings. So go back and we're gonna go back to change the wind tunnel settings. Select the second button from the right and check the wind speed. Remember the wind rows exercise from the second video in this tutorial series. This is where you go back to check what speeds are you going to input here. Select one of the directions and input its speed in the wind tunnel settings. Before you close the wind tunnel settings window, make sure that the tunnel boundaries, which are shown in blue in the model here, are covering the whole model. You can toggle the Show Tunnel Manipulator options and drag the blue arrows until the gap between the tunnel boundaries and your model is twice the model's dimension. And make sure that it's around 4 times the length in the downstream of the wind direction as shown in this image here. You can rotate the model from the 3D box on the top right corner of your screen to make sure the tunnel covers the whole model. Press OK when you're satisfied with those boundaries. Last but most important, we want to adjust wind direction depending on the wind rows analysis. While we cannot change the wind direction directly in Autodesk Flow Design, we can still adjust the orientation of our models according to the fixed wind direction, and thus simulate the effect of changing the wind direction. So go back to the model orientation option and change the Y rotation accordingly up until the wind direction matches one of the directions on your wind rows.